Hey guys, Delakaba here with some more Mountain Blade. We have done a series of tutorials to get people started playing Mountain Blade, and I've been showing some of the early gameplay. Well, today we're going to set about the process of trying to improve our situation much more. Right now our party is up to 15 people. We can have as many as 46. I've been hiring primarily Kurgats, which are like the Mongols, because it's very quick and easy to get them on horses, and of course being on horse is a real advantage. We've managed to get our equipment up a bit better than it was. I've now got a longbow and a proper lance. My companion Amira, she's got her crossbow, and I gave her my sword and shield, so she's hanging in there at this point. We're gonna improve her situation soon as well. I gave her my original horse. We are going to do a couple of things. The first is we're going to see if we can manage to improve our situation a little bit more. And we're going to do this in a couple of different ways. The first is we're going to be less than legal, and we're going to see about maybe stealing some cows to be able to sell their meat and earn a little bit of money. But we're going to make our way over here. We've been hanging out near the edge of the Kurgat lands, but we're going to ride through this edge of the territory of Rodox so that we can get over here to this area, which is the Kingdom of Swadia. And the reason is because I'd like to go to the town of Praven, because it's time for us to start looking for more companions. We've got Amira with us, but there's a couple of other companions I'd really like to find, and we find them at the tavern. So we're going to come here and see who we can find, and by golly, there's the very first one I was hoping to find. This is Jeremus. Jeremus is a healer, and the best part about Jeremus is when we hire him, we don't have to pay any money to hire him. Just like Amira, we didn't have to pay any money to hire Amira, we don't have to pay any money to hire Jeremus. Let's talk to him. Greetings, fellow traveler. Perhaps you can help me. Oh, how's that? I shall tell you, but know that it is a tale of gross iniquity. I warn you in advance, lest you are of a choleric temperament, and so become incensed at the injustice done unto me, that you do yourself a mischief. I am by training a natural philosopher, but condemned by the jealousy of the thick-headed doctors of my university to make my living as an itinerant surgeon. I was hired by a merchant of the city to cure his son, who fell into a coma after a fall from his balcony. I successfully trepanned the patient's skull to reduce the cranial swelling, but the family ignored my advice to treat the ensuing fevers with a tincture of willow bark, and the boy died. The father, rather than reward me for my efforts, charged me with sorcery. Me, a philosopher of nature. Such is the ignorance and ingratitude of mankind. The lord of this castle is reluctant to place me under arrest, but I am anxious to move on elsewhere. Well, you could travel with us, but you'd have to be able to fight in our battle line. As I told you, I am a surgeon, not some silk-robed university physician who has never touched a body. I can get my hands dirty. I have treated every variety of wound that can be inflicted by the hand of man. Before I was a surgeon, I was a student, and so you may be sure that I have inflicted wounds as well as healed them. Well then, welcome to our company, Doctor. Good. Give me a few moments to prepare, and I'll be ready to move. And this is fantastical because he has healing good stuff. And now this is Artemenor. Artemenor is an engineer and a very useful NPC, but he does not get along with Amira, my other NPC. And quite frankly, he's a bit stuck up and a bit of an asshole, and so I'd rather not take on Artemenor. So we're not going to bother with him. And we don't have the money right now, unfortunately, to hire these mercenary horsemen. So we're going to have to leave them be. But I was really hoping to find Jeremus and to find another NPC who's named Deshevy. And hopefully we will find Deshevy sometime soon. But Jeremus here has some skill with the crossbow. He also has skill with his pole weapon. And so it's a good thing we found him. Now, we are going to bring ourselves over there. What we were doing is basically circling around the mountains to come to the other side of the Kurgat territory. Going right through the middle of the Kurgat territory would be a very bad idea because there's lots of mounted bandits. but I wanted to hire more Kurgats. And so we rode all the way around the mountains so that we could come over here and hit some of the villages on this end of things to see if we could hire some. Ah, the village of Tashkaloon. Here we have some recruits. We can hire 6 of them. That's fantastic. So that brings us up to a total now of 22 people. I'm going to have to buy some food, though, because otherwise we're going to start going hungry. But early on in the game, we heard that there was going to be a tournament in Ichimur. And let's go to Ichimur and see if the tournament happens to be going. Yes, indeed. Join the tournament. I am going to join the tournament. I'm going to get my butt handed to me because I'm not very high level. But I want to show you guys tournaments because they're a lot of fun. So I'm going to first visit the tavern just to make sure none of the other interesting NPCs are here. Nope, nobody here. If we had some money, oh, I'd love to hire you, Mr. Hired Blade, but I don't have the money for it. But we're going to join the tournament. Here we go. Joining the tournament. Now, we can view the participants. You can see that Jeremis and Ymira are both going to join the tournament as well, which is kind of cool. And there's Lord Tanju, who happens to be the person who's in charge of this particular town. And then there's just a lot of generic people. Hired Blades, Champion Fighters, Sword Sisters, which are lady fighters, Mercenary Swordsmen, some veteran and regular fighters. If we happen to see a warrior during the tournament who has a gold center to his shield, that's the lord of this town. Also, we can place a bet. And so I'm going to place a 100 dinar bet on myself, because if I win the tournament, that'll get me 1,300 dinars, which is a lot of money. I really doubt that we are going to win the tournament, but we're sure going to try. So as you can see, you are in Tier 1 of the tournament with 64 participants remaining. In the next round, there will be 2 teams with 8 fighters each. Let's fight the next round. And, ooh, it's in the rain. Alright, I am armed with javelins. That's really not good. I am not good with javelins. We are the red team. So I'm hoping my teammates are good. Point blank range, there we go. Oh. Somebody just hit my horse with a javelin. Ugh. But I am really poor with the javelins because I don't have a throwing skill. So I got to throw them from really close. The Kurgats kind of specialize in javelins. Hey, I knocked him out. Now you see we got some experience points for that. Ooh, and I just got my horse knocked out from under me. That's not good. I've got an archer shooting arrows at me. Boy, I am in deep trouble now. All I can do is zigzag and hope my people get in there. You guys need to get in there and do something. I'm going to get the hell shot out of me, please. Boy, they are whipping arrows at me like crazy. Come on, guys. You got to do your job here. I'm going to get killed. There we go. Come on, red team. What are you doing? You got to help me here. I'm like so bad with the javelins, and I'm actually doing all the damage here. Oh, hey, look, there's a horse. Let's see if we can manage to climb on it. Woohoo, we managed to get mounted. All right. Whoa, no, what are you doing? Accidentally hit the wrong button. There we go. All right. Now at least I've got less of a chance of getting hit. And hopefully my guys in red here will do their job. Because I know I am not going to help much. Come on, point blank. There we go. Ooh, I just got shot. but I'm actually improving my throwing proficiency. I'm really getting lucky here. I'm gonna get shot again if I'm not careful. Come on, red team, do your job. Boy, red team better get on the ball. Ouch. I'm almost dead. But I've knocked down enough people that I might be advanced to the next round because I've demonstrated some skill. Wow. I suck at throwing javelins, that's for sure. I am a lancer, not a javeliner. Let's see if we can get this guy. There we go. Good deal. Now I've managed to knock down enough opponents that even if I get knocked out, I should get advanced to the next round. They'll recognize my skill and bravery. Boy, he didn't miss me by much. Awesome. Wow, I'm doing way better with the javelins than I expected. I've only got 9 javelins left, though. Come on, guys, there's only one person left. Get him. Get him. Good job. All right, our team won. Look at that. We advanced to the next round. Victory is yours. You have won this melee, but now you must prepare yourself for the next round. You are at Tier 2 of the tournament with 32 participants remaining. In the next round, there will be 2 teams with 2 fighters each. Wow. If I get stuck with javelins again, I could be in trouble. Let's see what we do. Yep, javelins again. So 1 archer and 1 javelinier. Got him. Come on again, do it again. Oh, careful. Now, when facing archers on a horse, you got to try to get on their right side because they can't shoot from their right side. Oh, I got him. How about that? Get off the wall there, dude. Point blank. Oh, he got me though. Come on, one more. Got him. One more. Ooh, he got me though. I hit his horse. Point blank. Come on, get him. Yeah, look at that. Unbelievable. I figured so much. It's because we're fighting in a Kurgat city that it's all about javelins. But look at that. We're on to the next round. Victory is yours. You've won this melee. You are at Tier 3 of the tournament with 16 participants remaining. In the next round, there will be 2 teams with 7 fighters each. Come on, give me a lance, please. I'm tempted to put another bet on myself. I'm going to do it, which is really foolish, but I'm going to do it. All right, what color is our team? We're Team Blue. Oh, more javelins. Crap. It is so bad that we are stuck with javelins. Oh, I just got hit hard. Get them, guys. See, if they give me the bow, we'd be so much better off. Ooh, we're behind him. Get him. Yeah, again. One more. Come on. There you go. One more. Get him. All right. Now, I could risk getting off the horse and getting his bow and arrows. Ooh, not good. Archers can't shoot very well off their right side, so that's why I'm trying to get around to his right side. guy on the ground might be a good target. Got him. Knocked him down with my horse. Ooh, he's trapped on the wall. Get him. Ooh. Ow. Not good. Oh, it's that guy who's shooting me. Oh, I missed him. Nope, and I got knocked out. They might move me on to the next round. Nope, I'm eliminated. Oh well. That's too bad. One of the Sword Sisters won. But there you go. That was a Kurgat tournament. All about bows and javelins. Alright. Well, I lost 200 dinars on bets, which is not good. Let's see how much money we got left. 24 dinars. Alright. That's still enough to hire 2 more Kurgats. Ooh, those are step bandits. We gotta be careful there. But that's still enough to hire 2 more Kurgats. No, but nobody wants to join, huh? Alright, well, we're gonna cross up over the mountains here. Because there's a little Kurgat village on the other side. On the other side of the mountains here is the Kingdom of the Vajir, who are kind of like the medieval Russians. They're the Rus. Here past Sungache, this little village of Tismir. A lot of times there's also looters over here, or small groups of bandits. It could be a good place. And no one's joining me. Oh well, I guess it's time to go get in a scrap. We've got 22 people. I mean, it's not like we're underpowered. It's just I'd really like to hire Kurgats. But, you know, there's always one way to get more money. And you know what that is if you saw our previous episodes. We're going to come over here to Shulus and steal some cows. And we managed to steal 3 of them. So we're going to slaughter them. And we are going to then ride over to Bazdek and do it one more time, hopefully. It's getting kind of late in the day, but we're going to do it anyway. Come on, big money, no whammies. There we go, 6 cows. Now we're in business. We're going to slaughter 5 of them. And then slaughter number 6. There we go. Now, these villages that I stole the cows from, I've kind of ruined my standing with them. And I won't be able to hire recruits at those villages anymore. But that's why I steal cows places other than the Kurgat lands. But we just got a big payday here. Go into corral. Go to the market. There we go. 1,368 dinars from rustling cattle. Ruins my reputation, but hey, you can't have everything. Let's just see what we got here for helmets and things. Here's a nice Kurgat helmet with 11 armor. And a rusty nasal helmet, which is pretty cheap actually for 23 armor. This one's 28, it's a little more expensive. Let's go to the arms merchant and just see what they have around. Cracked spear, which is really cheap. Here's a boar spear. We're going to buy this boar spear. And we're going to buy this cheap shield. And I think that's it. But the reason we bought those is we are going to... Jeremus uses pole arms. And you see his staff does 19 damage. Well, this boar spear does 23 damage. And we're going to give him a shield as well. And then we're going to go to the horse merchant and see if we can find him a cheap horse. They're all lame. We're going to buy him this step horse. And now he can use his boar spear and his shield from his horse in the same way that I use mine. We will eventually buy him a crossbow, but, well, we still got 1,000 dinars. Let's just see real quick if they've got maybe a cheap crossbow. There's a hunting crossbow for only 40. Wow, that's a heck of a good price. And here are some bolts. So we are going to give him his crossbow. And so now him and Emira both have a crossbow. They both have shields. And she has a sword right now. I'm kind of tempted to get her a spear as well. Let's see if there's just another cheap spear here. She can't use that lance. Now it's a cracked spear. Not doing much damage. But we're going to get it because it's cheap. Because that's going to allow her to use that from horseback, and it's actually going to be a lot better for her because it's got more reach. It does 21, and this, does 24. The difference in damage isn't all that much, and so they'll both have crossbows. They'll both have spears. I've got my bow and my spear, and it's going to be a whole lot better for the situation. This is my original sword, and this is my original shield right here. My battered shield. I'm going to let her keep my shield, because she's my shield maiden. But now we're doing a little bit better. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to give her my woolen cap, too. And I'm going to go to the marketplace one more time to just sell the staff and to sell the rusty sword. There we go. How are we doing on food? Oh, we're almost out of food. So we got to go to the goods merchant. And we're going to buy some bread because it's cheap. And some more smoked fish. Just checking the prices on this stuff because sometimes you can find it really cheap and sell it in other places. In fact, we're going to go to Kudan because a lot of times Kudan has furs really super cheap. And you can buy them really cheap in Kudan and then turn around and bring them right back here to Corral and sell them for like double the money. And you never know, we might run into some bandits or some looters on the way. But as you can see, rustling cattle can be a very lucrative situation if you're willing to sacrifice the cooperation of the villagers in the village where you do it. Let's go to the marketplace, go to the goods merchant, and furs are 175, which is the same price as they were at the other place. So wool is cheaper here, but it's not going to do us any good. Armor merchant. This right here is a Nordic helmet. that's the kind of helmets that the Norsemen have, and they tend to have either crude mail hauberks or to have burnies. They don't have any burnies here, but we're gonna head back. And now we got some decisions to make. Let's see how we're doing on people. We've got 22 men. It could be time for us to get ourselves in some real trouble. We've got the money now to hire a few more Kurgats. In fact, hold on here. We've got 717. Let's go back here and duck into the tavern and just see what kind of mercenaries are in the tavern. Crossbowmen. They're cheap, but I really don't like them. Ransom broker. How much are you guys? 738 for 6 of them. But I'd rather not hire crossbowmen, quite frankly. I'd rather hire villagers than hire crossbowmen. But we're going to cross the bridge this way. The guys in green, those were peasants, and the other ones were, of course, lords in their armies. There's Lord Malaysia. We're going to come here to Revaden. And we're going to check the tavern in Revaden. Oh, there's a tournament here in Revaden. More crossbowmen? Of course, more crossbowmen. This is Lazalet, and Lazalet is also an asshole, unfortunately. He doesn't get along with the people that we're hanging out with. But here is another tournament, so we're going to join the tournament. Going to place a 100 dinar bet. Now here, instead of it being all about javelins, because it's in a different area, there'll actually be swords and spears and things. So we're going to fight in the next round. There'll be 3 teams with 3 fighters each. There we go. Got a sword. Now let's see what we can do. Ooh, man, I got knocked the hell out instantly. So much for that tournament. Wow, that was the fastest loss of $100 I ever had. All right, now over here where Wurchig is, this village here, there's Wurchig, and down the coast, down here there's Tyr. This whole coast is infested with sea raiders. Sea raiders are really tough opponents, especially when you're lower level. But if you can manage to defeat them, they've got really good gear. You can gear up really fast. You can make a heck of a profit. And with 22 of us, if we can manage to find a small group of sea raiders, it could be a good payday. So we're going to ride for Wurchig. And keep our eyes peeled because we could get ambushed on the way. Alright, we lucked out, didn't get ambushed. We're going to hop in here and we're going to check the tavern. Ah, here we go. Now, Ferentis and Bunduk are both companions that are compatible with the companions that we have. Ferentis is a kinslayer. I'm lost, lost. Why so gloomy, friend? I have committed the greatest of sins, sir, and it is to my shame that I must appoint you my confessor, if you should like to hear it. I was a captain of horse in the service of the Lord here in Wurchig, and my brother served with me, but we were both in love with the same woman, a courtesan, a temptress, who played upon our jealousies. My brother and I quarreled. I had drunk too much. He slapped me with his glove, and I spit him upon my sword. My own brother, my sword arm is stained with the blood of my kin. Do you believe there is hope for a man like me? Can I find the path of righteousness, or am I doomed to follow the demons that dwell inside me? You might consider joining us, righting wrongs, fighting oppressors, redeem yourself, that kind of thing. Yes, you must have been sent by divine providence. Lead me away from darkness. I am well practiced in the arts of war, but I beg you, sir, I wish to use my skills to defend the innocent, the pure and the defenseless, not to be a common brigand and to wreak more misery than I have already wrought. Happy to be of service. Get your things together and we'll be on our way. Good. Give me a few moments to prepare and I'll be ready to move. Again, the reason he's a good companion is because we don't have to pay for him. He's also a very skilled fighter, which is very awesome. Now, Bunduck up here, pardon me, is also pretty darn talented, but him we're actually going to have to pay for. Let's see how much we've got. We've got 555 dinars, huh? We can afford him. So, old Bunduck. Greetings there, brother. Here's to the doom and downfall of all highborn lords and ladies. Why do you say that, sir? It's a long story, but if you get yourself a drink, I'll be glad to tell it. A sergeant I was, in the garrison here at Werchig. 20 years I stood guard for the city, taking many a hard knock and many a tough fight until they appointed a snot-nosed, downy-lipped princeling barely out of his mother's cradle as commander of the garrison. He came upon me standing watch atop the tower, with my crossbow unslung, on account of the rain, you see. Can't have the cord loosened. But the little Prince Snot-Nose tells me that an unstrung bow is dereliction of duty. Says he'll have me horsewhipped, and something in me snapped, so I walked off my post. Now I'm here getting drunk, and the devil take tomorrow. Well, if you're looking for work, I can use experienced fighters. Are you now? Well, that's a sight better than swinging from a gibbet for desertion. You won't regret taking me on, brother. I'm a dead-eye with a crossbow, a beautiful weapon. It can right punch through a nobleman's armor and spill his blue blood upon the ground, and I've trained more raw recruits than you've had hot dinners, begging your pardon. I don't toady to the hardborn. Good man, we'll treat you with the respect you deserve. That's good news, but I'll ask for one last thing, Captain. I have a woman here in Werchig, a tavern wench, and she says she has my child in her belly. I want to give her some money before I leave. For the child, you know. Do you think you can spare 200 dinars? Of course. Here's 200 dinars. Good. Give me a few moments to prepare, and I'll be ready to move. What's nice about Bunduck is he already has some decent armor. He's got a battle pick as well as a good crossbow, and he's darn good with it. So, we've just picked up a couple of very useful companions for a mere 200 dinars. And the nice thing about companions is companions don't die. So, here's Ferentis. We're going to move him on up. And here's Bunduck. We're going to move him on up. And right now, quite honestly, at 355 dinars, we can't afford horses for them. We'll go to the marketplace and just see what they've got for cheap horses. The lame horses are kind of pointless, but with Jeremis, actually, we can buy lame horses and they'll get better. But yeah, we've got 355, and we could get a step horse for one of the two of them, but Bunduck is actually better on the ground because he's got a crossbow that can't be used from horseback. So I think what we'll do is we'll buy this Sumpter, and we will put Mr. Ferentis on this Sumpter horse. And I'm going to give him my shield for now, because he's going to need that shield with fighting with a sword. And as long as I'm fairly careful, right now I don't need a shield. But look at that, we're up to 24 people, and we're at 34 minutes. Holy cow. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to end this episode here. We've picked up a few companions, and they're good companions, and they're compatible with each other. Ferentis and our healer Jeremis get along very, very well. And old Bunduck, you know, he gets along pretty much with everybody, so we'll come out okay with him. And if any of our companions make too many complaints, we're going to dump them because we don't want them to bail on us. It sucks. But all right, I shall see you guys in our next episode. I'm out. Peace.